where, we're dreamers but we're poor, We live in a shoebox with 3 roommates, but we're manifesting a castle. Meanwhile, I'll see people, you guys own the castle and Airbnb the moat. You know what I mean? You guys have one of the best public school systems in the country, but you still send your kids to private school just to flex. That's the dream, right? Good schools, 2-3 kids, and a Wild River season pass. I didn't know that Wild Rivers was a water park. When people told me they took their kids to Wild Rivers, I thought it was some bougie yacht club for peens. I was like, hey, even the kids here are bougie. I was talking to my friend's son, he's 9 by the way, and he's like, Priya Mehta, what kind of car do you drive? And I was like, a Honda. And he goes, ugh, I have a Tesla. And I was like, first of all, your mom has a Tesla, and she is a doctor who saves lives. Whereas I'm a comedian who cracks jokes for drink tickets and shares memes all day. The only thing you're driving is your parents' crazy. But no, my parents are funny. My dad's one of those classic Indian dads that claims he can't be emotional. Anytime I ask him to write a card for my mom's birthday or my parents' anniversary, he's like, you know me. I don't know how to write the sentimental things. But the minute India starts losing the Cricket World Cup, this guy turns into Shakespeare. He's on Facebook like, today, we witnessed heartbreak. Not just a loss, but the collapse of a nation's spirit. Kohli cried, Rohit cried, and so did I. But I will always bleed blue for my country. All my mom got was, happy anniversary, regards, Pradeep. My mom's a character too. She cannot wait for me to find someone to the point where she'll get excited about any kind of situation. A few months ago, there was this guy driving an electric scooter and he collided into me while I was walking on the sidewalk. I was pissed, but he took me to urgent care, got me some food, and I'm on the phone with my mom telling me about how this guy hit me, and she goes, oh, there's a guy? You hit someone? And I'm like, Mom, are you serious? She goes, those romantic comedies where an accident turns into something more? Meanwhile, I'm getting my bare butt bandaged, and she's just at home singing, Kuncha, die, like it's a meet cute. I'm wondering if I need stitches, and she's wondering if he's a doctor. I'm telling you, man, dating's tough. Dating is rough. I see a lot of couples out here. Congratulations. You would not like the dating scene. Honestly, I feel like dating is so awful. I'm down to date a robot at this point. You know what I mean? Like, forget mixed signals. It's Bluetooth, Or if he shuts down, it's not because of trauma, it's because of the low battery. Just keep it simple. And honestly, that's what the future is going to be. Our kids are going to be dating robots. And honestly, it might be easier for the gays because instead of people being homophobic, they're going to be robophobic. Like, oh my god, I can't believe Pooja's not dating a human. Like, joke's on you because Pooja's smarter, more efficient, and she's not getting gaslit by some spineless, pampered Gujarati mama's boy. And of course, Gen Z or Gen X are probably going to come up with a term. They won't call it dating a robot. They're going to be like, ooh, she's charging. She's plugged up. Which, by the way, I'm a millennial, so I understand that some of the Gen Z lingo sounds absolutely ridiculous, but some of it sounds wildly productive. Like, did you know that Gen Zers call smoking weed gardening? I was talking to this girl and she was like, yes, I garden frequently with my homegrown strains. And I was like, oh, what are you talking about? Heirloom tomatoes, basil? I know she meant like sour diesel and granddad purr. Or they call doing cocaine going skiing. I met this guy in a bar and he was like, yo, no cap, me and my boys went skiing all weekend in Miami. And I was like, damn, yo, global warming is worse than I thought. That's crazy. Which, by the way, I figured out why we're not as concerned about global warming and climate change is because the terminology doesn't sound as scary or intense as it should be. You know what I mean? Like, global warming sounds cozy. It needs to be called like global boiling or global meltdown. You know what I mean? Like, climate change sounds mild. It needs to be called like climate catastrophe or climate chlamydia. It's burning, it's spreading, and nobody wants to take the blame.